Hey there, good morning, afternoon, evening everyone, and welcome back to another Genshin Impact event review. Today, we're taking a look at the event that dropped yesterday, which is the Three Realms Gateway Offering event in Enkanomiya. So this is a full review. There is no one day or first impressions review as I did with Lantern Rite, because this event is full from the get-go. You're able to finish this event on its first day, or of course take it with your own pace and finish it whenever you want, because this event lasts for the entirety of the patch, is like 40 plus days, so you can finish it at your own pace. And yeah, for me, I have finished all of it when it came out. It took around like 3 to 4 hours maximum, and it was fine. I needed to finish it because I wanted to do this review and I needed to know everything about this event. So then, what is this event? It takes place in Enkanomiya, which is the latest region that was added, and it is an exploration event, basically. So there's this like darkness or corrosion that has taken over Enkanomiya, and you are tasked with clearing it out and exploring stuff while you are doing so. There is a small story which is pretty like nothing really. It's just that it's a nothing quest, nothing comes out of it. Like, the characters in it are literally a nothing, soulless completely, I would say. And yeah, it's just bad in general. I didn't like it, and I didn't pay much attention to it because, after a bit it was like, wow, this is like, I can see it already, basically. Like, from the very get-go, you will already be like, oh yeah, I bet you this is gonna happen, because how dare they try and do something unique with their event quests thing. Yeah. Nevertheless, the story doesn't take that much long. It's pretty small. There is a bit of dialogue close to the end that you need to skip quite a lot of if you just want to skip it, because yeah, again, it's not substantial at all. Like, nothing, literally. So yeah, it's fine, nothing really crazy, because the main thing of this event indeed is exploring Enkanomiya again. For me, I would say that it was fine. I was okay exploring Enkanomiya, so if you liked exploring Enkanomiya, you will like this event because you're doing the same thing again. If you didn't like exploring Enkanomiya, well, you ain't gonna like this at all again. And that's really the big thing of it, if you're gonna like or not this event. There's no day or night switch mechanic. If that was a reason you liked or didn't like Enkanomiya, this isn't in the event. There are other mechanics, and well, let's start tackling them. So the big thing with this event is the boxo box, which literally translates to box, because it is meant to be how a Japanese person would pronounce box, because they can't exactly say the X, they say bokuso. So that's interesting. Yeah, good pun, I guess. But this is the main thing. It is a gadget that is given to you, that you need to carry around always as you are exploring this corroded Enkanomiya. Don't worry about needing to switch to other gadgets. Just carry around with the boxo box, and you'll be fine. No need for the treasure compass, as we'll see later. And yeah, this thing will protect you from the corrosion that exists in Enkanomiya, and will also help you, I guess, exercise and dispel the darkness from enemies, chests, teleport points, and other mechanics and stuff that exist within this Enkanomiya. And yeah, don't worry about this whole corrosion thingy, the thing that the doggies have. If you just follow the quest and explore each area before you move on to the other one, because you have to go to the 3 islands that are in the corners of Enkanomiya that you've already been to, if you have mostly explored Enkanomiya or you have finished with the main story of Enkanomiya. Those 3 islands that are way out. You need to go with the those fish bubble thingies that get you to the teleports. And yeah, you need to go there again. And if you just take each one and complete the area that they're assigned to, basically the first, it's the Narrows, the second one is, the other parts of Enkanomiya. If you just complete those areas before you move on to the next island, you'll easily have enough of this Boxo Box leveled up as you collect and do stuff in Enkanomiya. You will get these sigils that you can offer to a statue to increase the Boxo Box level and corrosion like resistance. Yeah, if you just mostly explore the area before you head to the tower, you will easily have enough of these sigils to, once you're back into the main hub, which is the center island of Enkanomiya, where the big mechanism is. If you just explore stuff, if you go to the statue then and upgrade the Boxo Box, you will easily go to a level that is very much fine for the corrosion of the next island, and you will never notice corrosion on yourself, or you will also never notice the Boxo Box drain its energy. So the box, I'll stop calling it the box. The box starts with a certain amount of energy, and it will drain slowly as you go into these corroded places. Depending on the difference from the corrosion resistance that the box has and the level that the place that you're going to has, the energy will drain slower. But because the quest forces you, the quest tells you go to this place first, this place second, and this place third. And please just do that, go with the flow. And if you do that, you will never notice the box deplete its energy. Like, at the start of the event where you have this thing on level 1, the first area drains this thing like 1 energy per 4 or 5 seconds. And this thing starts with around 230, 240 energy. So this means you have 10 and more minutes to finish the area. And not only that, there are plenty of ways to recharge the Boxo Box energy. There are these like statues where if you go to, they have a kind of a weird like activation box. You need to stand on a kind of specific point to get the prompt, but those will give you energy back. And there are these coral butterflies that you can catch, like the crystal flies that you can find. You can catch these and they will also replenish energy on the box. And literally, again, you will never run out of energy. Seriously, even while dispensing like the darkness from enemies, from the teleport points, chests, and other things, this thing will drain like 3 or 4 energy maximum. So again, don't worry, don't have the box in your mind that, should I worry about this thing's energy? No, don't even pay attention to the energy of the box. Just use it and just casually regenerate the energy as you're going through the islands. And again, if you just don't rush to the last island, to the last area with a level 1 box, well, you're going to be fine. Just go with the flow and everything will be, everything will go smoothly. And again, once you're finished with the first area, upgrade the box, go to the second area, and the same thing happens. You have increased the resistance level, and the energy just drains extremely slowly. And again, there are like these stones and coral butterflies literally are everywhere. You can replenish your energy everywhere you look. So don't worry about this thing's energy. So that is the main thing. You can also collect like special like fragments, which you can upgrade the box with some certain buffs. These are like the Sakura tree, where you will get the Electrogranum levels, and they will give you some buffs if you have them on you, if you have the Electrogranum on you. This is the same thing with the box. You gain these fragments by completing some challenges that are around Enkanomiya, and these will give you buffs to help you, go through the event. And I mean, for like newer players, those might be needed if you don't have, the strongest characters. For me, it wasn't all that substantial, but it was nice to have these buffs, I guess. A nice thing to have in the back, even if it isn't completely noticeable. So that's fine. Although there is one thing about these box arts, as they're called. If you finish the event, you will notice that you have one of these fragments missing. That is because there is a hidden quest on this event that you are never told to how to activate, and that quest will give you the last fragment to activate the last box art. And this is extremely annoying. I would say this is the only annoying thing about this event. This random ass quest that you are never told to how to get and how to start. During your exploration of Enkanomiya, you will find these damaged stone slates. And, well, I just found them randomly. There are like 3 spots, there are 7 of them, and they are scattered within 3 spots. One spot has 3, the other 2 have 2 each, that makes up 7. The one with the 3 ones, which you are most likely going to find first, because it is in the first island in the Narrows, it is in the library. The famous library that has the map and has the mirror that you go into the other dimension thingy. There you can find 3 of these slates, and I was like, what the fuck are these for? Their description in the items menu says absolutely nothing, and there's no prompt or anything that somebody might be interested in these slates or anything. And I just had to Google it. Like, there's no way to find it. There's no way to find and start this quest, because no NPC has the check mark, like the point above them, the side quest icon above them that tells you, hey, this guy has a side quest. You know, no, he's just standing around in the camp in the middle. So, like, why do that? Why not have it that if you don't talk to these NPCs, if you haven't gotten the quest activated, why not have it that, let's say, Paimon has a prompt that says, hey, what the fuck is this? Let's go ask the guys in the middle in the camp what the fuck this is, if they know anything. And then maybe, and then if you talk to the guy that has the quest, you start the quest. It's that simple. And if I'm honest, this was a problem with Enkanomiya in general, where there are plenty of quests that you were never told how to start, and you were never told how to continue or progress. And that is really, really, really bad design. Really bad quest design. Like, extremely bad. And again, I finished the whole, these arts, as we said, these box arts are meant to help you finish the quest. Well, I finished the event, and I didn't have all of them. What if somebody really needed that last box art to finish the event? And yeah, like, it's so stupid to not point at this guy that has the last fragment for the box arts. That was the only annoying thing about this event. So yeah, there is a hidden quest that gives you the last fragment for the box arts. Other than that, the map is basically like it is in normal Enkanomiya, with most of the puzzles gone, actually. There are still some Seelies, normal Seelies and Electro Seelies. The normal Seelies most of the time, like 90 to 80% of the time, will lead to like places where there's a puzzle with like 2 or 3 Seelies. So there aren't any stray Seelies that you just go and get a chest. They are most of the time 3 together, and you need to go to different directions and grab each of them. There were like, again, 1 or 2 that were like that. And there are a few Electro Seelies that will guide you towards the place for the towers that you need to go for the quest, or other puzzles. And this is the good thing about this event, I would say. Seelies and puzzles, and especially the Electro Seelies, guide you through Enkanomiya, and like there are a lot of clear paths to follow to finish this event. Like, you will have you will start, you just landed on one of the islands. In front of you is an Electro Seelie. You touch it, and then it will go to a camp of monsters. Then you touch it, and then it will go to a puzzle. Then you touch it, and it will go to another camp. And then you touch it, and then it will end up in another camp, and then stop, and then the chest spawns. That's really good. That's really good for guiding players on how to finish the event quickly and nicely, organized. And again, there are plenty of paths where you can like easily see them in your head, where, okay, I will finish this first, then go here, then go here, then go here, and then back, and then another way, or just continue in a circle or something. Like, again, there are clear paths that you can follow where you're going to basically pick up everything. So, other than the Seelies, there are some new ores and plants in Enkanomiya. There is an ore that you must cleanse the darkness with the box, and then you can just pick it up. It is an ore, it's marked as an ore in the minimap, but you don't need a Geo or Claymore unit. You can just pick it up like the crystal marrow that you can find in normal Inazuma. And there's also some plants that you don't need to dispel the darkness from. You just need to like step through them, and then they will appear, and then you can catch them. I don't know if they like fully disappear, because I just grabbed them before anything. Like when the prompt came up, I immediately pressed the button and collected them. I didn't dare wait and look if it was gonna disappear. These ores and plants, again, they're marked on your minimap. If you've played with characters that mark resources on minimaps, like Ningyan, Chi-Chi, Klee, like Yanfei, or I think Goro has this passive, where they map the resources on the minimap with like the hands or the crystals for the ores. That's how these are marked on the event minimap. And yeah, like these are scattered everywhere basically, and you will need plenty of these because you need them to activate teleport points and some mechanisms that you will find in the quest places, in the 3 islands that you'll need to go. You need a few of them, but again, there are so many scattered around Enkanomiya that if you just pick these up casually as you are solving puzzles and collecting chests, you will easily have enough to just activate everything. So don't worry about running out, or even if you run out, again, there are everywhere, and you will easily collect enough to activate all of the stuff that these are needed for. Other than that, everything as well is marked on your minimap. Challenges, chests that are like event specific, they are all marked on your minimap. And if there is a chest that isn't marked on the minimap, you can easily see it. I think like there were like 3 or 4 torch puzzle chests, those that need pyro to be activated. Like those were not marked on the minimap, but you can easily see them. They're standing there locked. These torch puzzles were fine. I think there was one that was kind of like infuriating because the torch was in like a very like specific place that I just couldn't see. But yeah, like there's these torch puzzles. There are a few electro totems that I think most of them did not require a specific sequence, but I think there were 1 or 2 that had an electro silly that told you activate this one first, this one second, and so on. And yeah, like everything again is marked on your minimap. So if you see a chest or a challenge on the minimap, well, you haven't collected this event's chest. Also, if the challenge reward is a chest only, it will be marked as a chest. There are a lot of like barrel missions, barrel challenges, or a lot, and I mean a lot of electro particle challenges, and they are marked as chests on the minimap instead of a challenge icon. And a comment on the electro particle ones, like almost all of them are some kind of automated. There are a lot of like these anemo loops, the anemo circles that launch you forwards. Like 80% of these challenges have these, and the challenges become very automated because of that. Although the controls of these anemo circles are dog shit. Like they are god awful. And plenty of times you'll see yourself just trying to perhaps fight against them in order to collect the particles. There was one challenge that I missed 2 particles because the air didn't launch me high enough to grab the particle, or the anemo circle just launched me completely differently and made me pass next to these particles. So that was annoying, but somehow I managed to get all of the particles. So I don't know if there were any excess particles that they have built into if you miss them, or these particles were extra from the get-go, and then they saw that, the players won't be able to reach them, so put some extra ones. Like, really weird. Seriously, really weird. But again, and for some reason they give you like 4 to 5 minutes for these challenges, when again, it's almost all automated, and it takes like 20 seconds or 30 seconds max to complete them. Not 4 minutes, that's a lot. I don't know what to say about that, but yeah, these challenges again marked as chests on the minimap. So if you see a chest and you can't find it, but you can see a challenge, that means that it is, that challenge is the chest on the map. There are also the challenges, as I said, that you give you the art crystal fragments. Those are specifically marked as their own icon on the minimap, and yeah, they are like fine enough, easy, I guess. They're not that hard. And yeah, I mean, that's mostly it. In my Lantern Right review, I said that the fireworks mechanic that they had was completely stupid and artificial, like challenge, like artificial difficulty that didn't need to happen, right? So why am I saying that, the box corrosion thingy that you need to cleanse off enemies because they cannot die if they have the darkness on them? Like, why don't I think that is, artificial difficulty? Or why is it bad? Because first of all, you will always have the box on you. You will always have the box on you because you need it for puzzles, you need it for anything, so you don't need to go out of your way while fighting to cleanse these enemies of the darkness. You will press it, and the darkness is gone. These like elite treasure hoarders that they put needed so much extra gameplay and stupidity, where you needed to go grab the fireworks and then throw them specifically at these treasure hoarders. Like, the gameplay wasn't nice. Not only that, it didn't make sense. Why the fuck do these treasure hoarders magically have extra resistances, and why do these fireworks magically, specifically turn off their resistances? Like, that was the problem. Here, these are enemies, they are monsters, they are, engulfed by mysterious darkness. That makes sense why they are stronger or cannot die. And the box cleanses it. That's perfectly fine. And again, because you don't need to go out of your way to cleanse the darkness, you just need to press your gadget button. It's that easy. And there isn't actually any artificial difficulty. The enemies don't have any high resistances. They just don't die. And that's about it. And that's perfectly fine. Again, if I don't need to do something extremely specific, then it's fine. And if there is a good reason behind these enemies having these buffs or these effects, then it actually is good design. So yeah, anything else that you'll find inside of Encanum? Yeah, there is a new puzzle thing that you can find. This is like the Harpastum things that you may have encountered if you played the Golden Apple Archipelago last year, where you needed to shoot the ball through the hoops, the loops, and then it will fire towards targets. You needed to like move these loops in specific places, and then in order to hit all of the targets. This is the same thing. There is a mechanism that shoots a ray of light when you activate it with the box, and there is a receiver that needs to get this ray of light. And there are these buildings, these small buildings with circles inside of them that are either hydro or cryo. They're either in water form, or they are in ice form. You can like move through them with a cryo power or a pyro power, freeze it or melt it. And depending on what state these buildings are in, the ray of light will pass through them or bounce off the ice ones. I would have to say the tutorial for this puzzle is extremely badly written, seriously badly written. I don't know who the heck wrote this translation or if it was that bad from the get-go, but holy crap was it badly written. I actually didn't understand it the first time I read it. And I was like, what did they say? Why was it like worded so poorly? Like, again, I just explained it to you in a matter of seconds, but again, the way they worded the tutorial was so bad. And I can easily like explain it to you in 5 sentences. All right, let's try that out. All right. This mechanism shoots a ray of light when activated with the box. This building is the receiver for this ray of light. There are these buildings or mechanisms, as you want to call it, that you can change between a hydro or cryo using either a cryo skill or a pyro skill. If the mechanism is hydro, the ray of light will pass through to the other side where the thing is facing, where the building is facing, and if it is cryo, the ray of light will bounce off of it. And that's it. And that is it. Like 5 sentences, but they just, again, the wording was so bad in the tutorial. And not only that, after I did my first one, I forgot how to activate them. And I was like, oh, what did I need to activate these? Do I need to hit it? Like, I forgot that I needed to use the box to activate it, and I just couldn't find the tutorial. I don't know what to say. I just couldn't find the tutorial in the tutorials menu, nor in the event menu, nor anywhere. And I was like, Did they forget to put it in the tutorials menu? What the, how do I get the prompt again? I forgot how to activate it. And yeah, I don't know what to say. So yeah, these puzzles are fairly easy. Again, freeze them with a with a cryo unit, and then melt them with a pyro unit if needed. They were pretty easy. I think there were like one or two where they had a few extra ones. I don't know if they were bait, bait that you don't need to actually use these hoops, these loops. So yeah, I don't know about that. But they were fairly easy, and yeah, I mean the only problem with this puzzle has to do with like the electro totems, because it's like you need a cryo unit, you need a pyro unit, you need an electro unit to just carry around throughout Enkanomiya, else you're going to have to switch between one or two units. And I think that was the most annoying part of this thing. Like they needed like too many elements, I guess, and I was like, oh man, I need to now switch from my Ayaka to my Fischl, back to my Ayaka, back to Fischl. I had my Hutao team out, and yeah, I switched out my Ito to either Fischl or Ayaka, depending on what puzzle I needed to finish. So you might need to take a few trips to the party setup menu if you don't have a team that can utilize all of these elements together. So that was a bit of an annoyance, but you get used to it after a bit. So yeah. The only other thing that's really left is that after you finish the quest, the main quest of the event, you will gain access to another part of the event where you need to fight the boss that is in Enkanomiya, those two Vishaps that you would, if you rolled for Shenhe or Yaemiko, you would have to farm this boss for their materials. And yeah, it's two Vishaps. They have this mechanic. I don't know if it's event specific because I haven't fought them, because I didn't roll for Yaemiko or Shenhe. But they have this mechanic where they will revive each other if you don't kill them simultaneously or very close to each other. I mean, it wasn't really annoying. It's just that they have a few attacks. Well, actually, they have a plenty of attacks that make them like go into separate areas of the arena, like completely like opposite ends of the arena, and it's not possible to kill them together if they are on different parts of the arena. So that was kind of annoying. My Hutao team like shredded them, but they did revive a few times because again they were very separate from each other, and I had to wait until they were close again and they did a attack together, so they were close enough so that I could kill them together. So that might be a bit annoying, but you can just initiate the fight in the maximum difficulty and you will get all of the rewards from the other difficulties as well. So that is done very quickly after you finish the main thing, which is the exploration. And that's about it. There actually aren't you can't fully explore Enkanomiya. Like the first area of Enkanomiya, the serpent thingy, I think, where you first go if you jump into the pool from Watatsumi Island, that is locked off. I don't know why that is locked off, but yeah, that is you can't go there. But yeah, I was fine exploring Enkanomiya for a second time. I guess to some, it might be a bit annoying if you have just recently finished Enkanomiya and you're like, my progress is, kind of resetted, so I need to go through all of this again. That is how I kind of felt, because Enkanomiya was the latest region added. So it would have been nicer if there was perhaps another Inazuma Island or another region in general that could have gone this type of event. But it was fine, I say. Just fine enough. The only problem I have with Enkanomiya is its geometry. I understand there are a lot of ruins and stuff, but there was a lot of geometry where you could just get stuck into. A lot of times, my Ayaka would just get stuck with her dash, or Hutao will get stuck doing a charge attack. And I was like, ugh, this is annoying. And there are plenty of ruined bridges and platforms, and plenty of times you'll see yourself just not be able to climb up, or just, skip a heartbeat because it looked like you were gonna fall, but your character magically managed to grab onto a magical ledge, and get themselves up. So, that's my only problem with Economy, is just that it has some bit of weird geometry that needs a bit of helping. Like, in the quest, you have to climb up a few, towers, and these towers have some really, really weird geometry. Like, they were kind of hell to climb. Plenty of times, like, the character would just dash away or something, or be propelled away from this tower, and I was like, why are you doing this? Stop it. So that was a bit annoying. And then there is these like invisible platforms. Close to the end of the event quest, you have these invisible platforms that appear only if you have the box on you. And I mean, you're gonna have the box on you if you're doing the event. But the like activation point of them seems to be kind of like bugged or very, very small. And you'll be sitting right next to it and it won't appear. And then you'll jump, kind of do a leap of faith. And just before you're able to pass literally through the platform, it will solidify. And I was like, that's not good. That needs a bit of fixing. There are like these platforms can also move around. And before they fully appear, they can start moving. So you can easily just lose them. You'll be like, okay, I'll wait for this platform to fully solidify so I don't pass through it and fall to my death. Right? Well, fall down. I need to get back up. And then it will start solidifying and then it will also start moving. So you need to just rush and jump and not miss the platform. So that was interesting. They needed to fix that a bit. They needed a bit of like, a bit of touch up, with the area of activation, how close you are to it. And then also to not move the platform unless the character is standing on it, or again, it is fully solidified and, a second has passed from full solidification. And something that isn't necessarily event specific, we'll see how they are gonna use this. We have a new type of enemy in this event. These are the shadowy husks that come in 3 variants as of now. And these, thankfully, these are not present throughout all of Economy. You will find these in the 3 towers that you need to go for the quest. And, well, if you think, that if you had any hopes that MiHoYo's enemy design was gonna get better, well, those hopes are completely shattered. These enemies are garbage. Like, I don't know if I've seen a worse design than this. They are meant to be anti-shield enemies, even though we have the dogs, right? They were meant to be the shield counter, but no, we need more motherfuckers that counter shields. And so these shadowy husks, they move slowly and attack slowly, but if they hit a shielded character, I think crystallized does not matter, but if they hit a shielded character, they will trigger some sort of buff. There's a guy that can heal the other shadowy husks. One will give them a pyro shield. And yeah, like, even if they move slowly, in something like an abyss-like environment, or even in this like event where the area is small, or like every single one that I fought got stuck in a wall, and I had to literally press my face against them in order to hit them, and it was extremely hard to dodge their attacks even if they were slow. But the major problem that these motherfuckers have, they are tanky as shit. Oh, and by the way, I mentioned the Abyss. Get your hopes up, I guess, because they're in the Abyss and the next rotation has them in them. So, yeah. So good, huh? So good. And yeah, they are tanky to shit. Like, they're not in the Abyss. They don't have multiplied health. And I had a bit of trouble to kill them with my Hu Tao. A perfectly built Hu Tao had problems just shredding them when they're not in the Abyss. They are just way too tanky for their own good. And I'm sorry. But even if you tell me they are pieces of armor, I don't care. These motherfuckers have so much health that it becomes a problem. How the fuck am I supposed to dodge their slow attacks if I need to be constantly on them, because else I'm not gonna deal damage to them. Again, if we're talking like an Abyss environment, you're up against the clock. You need to shred these motherfuckers. But you know, if you're pressed against them, they will hit their abilities, they will get their buffs if you have a shielded character. And again, if they have so much HP, what team exactly is going to get to really go well against them? Hu Tao. Hu Tao, the one character that has the best single target damage in all of the Genshin, and she needs a shielder. She can't go without a shielder. So what are other teams going to do? They're going to have to waste 3 bursts, like 3 Ayaka bursts, to kill these motherfuckers in the Abyss? Like, prepare for boss-like health in the Overworld and the Abyss. Like, this is what I'm seeing. Like, the freaking, like, the hypostases have less health than these motherfuckers. And yeah, again, that's about it. You get a weapon, you get a catalyst weapon as the reward for this event. There's also a crown, you know, plenty of all the resources. You're opening chests, so there's a lot of materials, like talent materials. And yeah, it's cool. The rewards are cool, you know. It's an exploration event. Plenty of people want exploration events, and so do I. I like exploration events. Yeah, you know, but make it so that it isn't, you know, that the event doesn't take place in the area that was just added. Make it an older area so that, you know, I don't have memories of exploring this area that are 1 month old. You know, I want to explore Mondstadt again. Back when I first started playing the game, that's what I want to feel. I want to explore Liu again. You know, that's what I want to see. Not Enkanomiya. You came here 1 month ago. Go again. You know, it's not a very nice feeling, and I think a few will feel like that. You feel like your progress has been reset, and it, you know, again, it's just not a nice feeling. But hey. So yeah, I mean, that's about it. I mean, comments on the Catalyst weapon. I don't use any Catalyst characters. I think it is mostly meant for Miko as a 4-star alternative. For other characters, I don't think it's crazy good. Like, I can't really think on top of my head any characters that can really use this this thing. I think maybe Mona might like it, but Klee, I don't think so. Like, it has attack percent as its substat, and then it gives you energy recharge when you cast your skill. So yeah, it's a weird mixed bag. I don't know if you will rush to replace your like Thrilling Tales or any other more DPS catalyst that you might have. I think like Dodoko Tales fits more on Klee than this thing. So yeah, it's a catalyst that will remain in my inventory forever. But yeah, and that is the 3 Realms Gateway Offering event. Overall, it's a fine enough event. Do it at your own pace. For me, you know, after like a half or 1 hour in, I got really bored of Enkanomiya's music. You know, because the battle music is the same, and the exploration music was the same, and it just didn't hit. So I just put on some Nier music, and everything was nice. So yeah, that's it. It was a good event. Good main event. So I'll see you in the next one. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe, please. And goodbye.